Hooray, we're back with more Wildwood Flower, this time in B. Here we go. So B, not a popular key to play in open position, at least for bluegrass guitarists. Obviously it's the most fun if you've got your capo on the 4th fret, but so yeah, B for Wildwood Flower. This was the one out of all the tunes that I've got on my list of tunes, my top secret list of tunes that I'm going to do. Wildwood Flower in the key of B was not something I was looking forward to. So I've spent a lot of time on this one, had lots of goes at doing it, and it just felt like it was in the wrong register, either too low or too high, even though it's just half a step up from C, or down from C, sorry. It just didn't feel right. Finally seemed to have found something that actually seems to work and discovered some nice little ideas. So actually this was really quite an interesting exercise for me personally. So I hope you enjoy learning this one as well. Let's have a little look at the chords then. So we're in B, lots of bar chords. That one, or this one. So either your kind of A chord moved up, or your E chord shape but moved up, bar across the 7th fret there. For B, and then obviously you've got F sharp, either that shape, or you could do a partial on there, a little easier, or F sharp up here. The other option, if you're playing your B up here and you want to get your F sharp up there, you could do this F sharp, but make sure you don't get the open E's, or again making sure you don't hit the open E's, you could do an F sharp 7, that's fine because it's the 5 chord. So you could, and you can move that finger across there to get the 1-5 if you want to. That's probably the most comfortable place for me. E chord obviously is fine down there. If you're up here, you're going to want to use a different one rather than just switch back going there. So one option for that would be to do this. So you got E, E, G sharp, another E, B, E. Some nice open strings in there as well. Once you get used to that change, that's probably not going to be too bad. And again with the B chord, you can do a sort of partial one up there as well. It's a little bit twinkly, but it works with that F then. But the F sharp, sorry. So it's kind of sweet up there. Or and then B7 if you want to, and then the E. Or if you don't want to suddenly have that open chord sound, you could do that one, or just a partial one even. Back to the B, F sharp. So that's up there. If you were doing it down here, F sharp, or this one. That, if I was doing that the whole time, that would really hurt my hand. But other options you could try, again, if you try and make sure you don't hit the open E's, I caught one then, so that's kind of hard to keep that control in your right hand but still let it sound loose and relaxed. So my preference would definitely be to, if you've got the strength in your hand, you can do it down there. Or up here would probably be my favourite place to play that. None of them are lovely, but you can get through with it. So there we go. so before we have a look at learning this arrangement then, let's have a look at a couple of the techniques involved in playing it. The first one, if you can call it a technique, is just simply being in the key of B. It's not something that you're likely to be as familiar with as some of the other keys like G, C and D, for example. So make sure you know where the notes are. You've got B, C sharp, D sharp, E natural, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. So that's the lowest octave, first position B major scale that's available to you. Practice playing that scale in different octaves and in different positions on the neck. So that's starting on my second finger. If I start on my first, my second finger is hovering there. In terms of fingering positioning, the sort of general rule for fingering, if you're looking at classical technique, which can be useful to know a little bit about, even for bluegrass stuff, is to keep these two fingers together. They actually share a tendon or something like that, so they're less able to move independently than these two, and then these two can stretch out so you can get sort of that sort of shape if you've got nice big hands, which I haven't. So that's your B scale there. If you then move up to, let's do it on our fourth finger, so we're now starting on the low E, stretch up there, or reach back there. My preference is to stretch up because then you've got your B on that finger, so you've got B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B there, or up here. So back on the second finger again. Not actually done it on my third finger. It doesn't really feel like that's a sensible place to play out of. You can do it just for the sake of practicing that if you want to, but I would find that you're generally not going to end up in that position very much. So that's the lower octave, and then obviously there's the going up from here, so you can't get the whole thing there, but you could here. As you can see, I'm not overly familiar in playing in B, I don't do it much. The other thing you can then start to do is to actually try and include some of the open strings. So you've got, if you look at your guitar, the strings that you can include that work in B major are open B and open E. So we can do something like this, open B, so you get open B and then down to that C sharp there, D sharp, E, open, and then F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. So you get kind of a floating thing. Do it in different positions. And just try and start to get a feel for what is possible on there. And I've actually ended up using some of that floating stuff when I was starting to have an experiment around with different places to play this, because it just wasn't coming out. And I started to think, okay, well, what open strings can I get in there? And that's when I came across the kind of availability of that sort of floating thing of, which then suddenly made me think, oh, okay, actually it's not going to be so bad. And that was the starting point for this actually becoming an arrangement of this tune rather than just a frustration. So yeah, have a look at all those scales before you get started. Now, if you're someone who really likes to have tab to look at, that is available on my Patreon site, along with the backing tracks for this and loads of other material as well. So feel free to have a look at that. Otherwise, just carry on to the next part of this video. I will put the Patreon link in the description as usual. All right. Right, so let's have a look at learning the melody. I hope you can hear me over the rain outside. It's just started tipping it down, but we're going to start up here in fourth position, so first finger on the 4th fret, and a little bit of that floating stuff. So down, up, open B, down, up, down, open E. trying to leave fingers down when that is an option. Then we're going to slide all the way up with that first finger to the 7th fret. So down, up, down, up. We're in kind of an F chord position there, shape. Down, hammer, down, up, barring across that top pair of strings, and then down, up, open B and E in there, and then down, up, down, up. So just playing around that 7th, 8th, 9th fret, but using the open strings as well. So then we're going to go here. So we've ended up here. Now in terms of fingering, there would be a temptation for me to slide down, use that 2nd finger. Make sure you use your first, because otherwise you're going to find yourself in a hole later on. So 1st finger on that 6th fret, C sharp there, and we got the A sharp, then open E, and then you can bring in your 4th here, so you don't have to move fingers around, and off again, using the open B, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, slide, down to open B, and then down, up, slide, up, down, down, up, slide, up, down on that bit. And leading in, so down, 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 up, down on that 8th fret there. You can either use your 4th finger or 3rd, whichever's most comfortable. And then you open E there. Next bit. So I've just allowed myself to deviate from the melody a little bit there. Down, down, stretching up there to the 11th fret, down with a slide in here. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, hammer, down, up, down, up. It's kind of in that F chord shape again, barring across the top 2 strings. Down, hammer, down, up, slide back there, and then so using that open E to give you time to get all the way back down into 2nd position. So 1st finger on the 2nd fret, sliding up there, and then down, up, down, hammer on, pull off on that triplet. So down, down, up, sorry, down, down, up, hammer on, pull off, down, 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 up, down. That's your fingering there, down, down, 2nd finger, and then 4 and 1. So that's your whole verse. So we've just led into the B part now. Da 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 da. We're going to do a slide 3 and 3 to 4 and 4 on those 3rd and 4th fingers, and then catch that one there. So down, 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 up, down, and then down, up, pull off, up, slide, up, hammer, down, and then down, up, down, 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 stretching back with your 1st finger, and then a little counterintuitive, use your 4th for the next one, down, down. Or you can not stretch back, you could use that space to get to 2nd finger there, which might then lead better into getting that 4th finger on the 4th fret there. You're going to want that because you're going to want to slide and then stretch back. So down, 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 and then down, down. That's why it needs to be 4th finger, not 3rd, because that's a horrible stretch. So down, 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 slide, down, up, down, 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 up, hammer. So sliding up there, 4 to 6, 2nd fret, slide back, down, up, slide up again, and then the ending. slide into the next B with the 4th fret B, down, down, open B again, up, slide, up, down, down. So open B, 6th fret, slide to 8th, and then bowing across that 7 again, up, down, at the end. And that's it. So once you feel you've kind of roughly got the hang of that, got it under your fingers and sort of worked out where you're going, have a look at this next bit and we'll try playing it slowly together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So there we go, playing a nice version of Wildwood Flower in the key of B is possible. So I hope you've enjoyed that lesson and got something out of it. If you're following along with this series, let me know. I'm really interested to hear how you're all getting on. And yeah, check back for the next one soon.